rush up for nothing? Why the rush up for nothing? Why the rush up for nothing? Agitated illusion.
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, this is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Tyrod Taylor and the LA Chargers.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go from Tampa. On the return, Dare Ogunbowale. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Buccaneer offense taking the field with all eyes in the stadium glued to their quarterback in season number 21. His first, of course, in Tampa, the great Tom Brady.
I'm sure a lot of past teammates for Tom Brady in New England get tired of hearing the phrase, what would Tom Brady do if he's surrounded by weapons? But that's exactly what he's got in Tampa Bay. He's got big-time receivers on the perimeter. You add in Rob Gronkowski at tight end. This may be the best-looking offense that he's ever played with. And now the question is, how quickly will he mesh with those new teammates and take command of his new offense?
Now you think about Tom Brady and these Chargers. For a long time this offseason, the thought was that L.A. might be a leading contender to land his services, what with the new stadium opening and all. But in the end, the Chargers got their quarterback of the future in Justin Herbert, and Brady wound up in Florida. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Brady. This for his running back, McCoy. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Shotgun now for Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll That'll be enough for another first down. It will.
At the 22-yard line.
Brady now on first down. That escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction.
Not only is Joey Bosa a real load off of the edge, but his technical expertise really knocks offensive tackles off balance. 11.5 sacks last season. His goal each and every year, not just to lead his team, not just to lead the league, but to beat out his own brother Nick Bosa, who had 9 sacks with the San Francisco 49ers in 2019.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. From the gun, it's Brady. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is third and long, though. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
And there's a nice catch there by Rob Gronkowski. We all know the story. Came out of retirement, got himself traded to Tampa Bay from New England in order to reconnect with his favorite quarterback. And no one has caught more Tom Brady touchdowns than Gronk, and he expects to add to that total in Tampa Bay.
So on fourth down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. From the left hash, this from 39. Gay's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 3, Chargers 0.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Joe Reed returning. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Chargers now get ready for their opening possession as they feature at quarterback in his 10th season in the NFL, Tyrod Taylor.
Many in the outside world see Tyrod Taylor as a bridge quarterback since the Chargers moved on from Phillip Rivers and drafted Justin Herbert. But head coach Anthony Lynn, he sees much more than that. They were together as play caller and quarterback in Buffalo when they went to the playoffs. And Coach Lynn believes that Tyrod Taylor can replicate that in Los Angeles.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Taylor on the screen. This is Eckler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
A gain of 14.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now Taylor on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. No gain on the screen there, and 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. To throw again is Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
Tom Brady sacked. A fumble on the play.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Bucs offense going to set up shop again here, and they're right now in the season 1-1. And, you know, Tom Brady, Charles, had never started his season 0-2 as a starting quarterback, and at 43, he didn't want that to begin now. They get into the win column 31-17 in Week 2, beating the Carolina Panthers. Tom Brady, first game in his new digs. Of course, not the fanfare that many had hoped for, but still 217 yards through a touchdown pass to Mike Evans. But he did have a 3rd interception of the new year.
And remember, still learning his team, them still learning him. Talk about those receivers. That timing will come together, and that interception number will drop in a big way because Tom Brady just doesn't do that. He takes care of the ball well. But you did mention, not the fanfare that many had hoped for, but enough fanfare that a Hall of Fame quarterback by the name of Brett Favre dropped by to see Tom Brady's home debut. How cool was that? Tom Brady performing in front of another Hall of Famer.
Did you tell me that he was wearing a Tampa Bay shirt?
Yeah, I think it said Tampa Bay.
Oh, dear.
So they're already renaming the city for TB12, and no real surprise there. Look, if they get to the Super Bowl, I think that name change might become official. They'll take another step towards that this week in Denver, and they'll have a new starting quarterback, Jeff Driscoll, stepping in for the injured Drew Lock.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brady, and this is caught by Evans. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Mike Evans has been so good downfield, I think that sometimes we end up taking him for granted. When you look back at what he's done each year in the league, he's been a 1,000-yard receiver each and every time. Now paired with the prolific Tom Brady, those numbers could really jump.
And now the 3rd-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. He's got Evans. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good catch there by Mike Evans, and his ability to get downfield and create big plays is something that Tom Brady hasn't had on the perimeter in the last few seasons. Mike Evans often fools defenders with his speed because he's so long. People think he can't be that fast, but he is, and combines it with terrific hands and makes big catches.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now McCoy. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
second quarter. 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Gay knocks this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. That throw by Brady incomplete. The Pro Bowler Chris Godwin, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And it's caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. For the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Here's Reed returning. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Well, Chargers football again, and the LA Chargers had a tough one in week 2, Charles. Loss against Kansas City. It was their first game at SoFi Stadium. Really had a good chance to get to 2-0, but Harrison Butker hit a 58-yarder in a crazy sequence at the end to beat them. And, boy, the Chiefs have had their... Taylor hit. He lost the football.
Tyrod Taylor's sack.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. Finding room at the 30. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3. Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Forced out to his... And he coughed it up! And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out...
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball. What's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Three receivers head out right, one to the left on 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Offense. Man, why are we doing this?
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. From the gun, Brady. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Brady to throw again. Godwin's got it. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin as the first half is winding down. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gay is on for the point after. got it, and it's 17-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
No hesitation, don't try my patience. I'm a boy, one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. I'm a run to the bed until we all got them buckets. Yeah, them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gonna run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gonna run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by
The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20.
Ball carrier.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
It's Eckler again. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
Brought down.
I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Taylor to throw. Open man, it's Allen. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
I enjoy watching Keenan Allen play. Such passion, such drive, such physicality. 104 receptions last year, 1,199 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's made 3 straight Pro Bowl appearances. In addition to 3 straight seasons, over 1,100 yards receiving. I don't know how you rate him, But defensive players,
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Winfield Jr.
A free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Taylor a handoff. It's Eckler. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Here's Ty Long now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Well, let's go back to the start of the season talk, Charles. We talked about some 2-0 and 0-2 teams. You mentioned Arizona, maybe a good surprise. Houston, a bad surprise. Any other teams a surprise at this point to you?
Well, I think that I would look at the Los Angeles Rams right out of the gate. At home against Dallas, opening their new stadium. Many thought Dallas would go out west and beat them. That didn't happen. Then how about the Rams going on the road this week and beating Philadelphia indecisively? This looks like a Rams team that finished 9-7 last year. It has designs on challenging for the division title. And one other team I would throw in there is a little bit of a surprise, just by how it's gone down. How about Atlanta? I know it's tough against Seattle, tough against Dallas. Seattle was at home, but they got jumped on by Seattle. And in the Dallas game, they just gave away. That's a team that should be at worst 1-1 right now. Now looking at 0-2 and have a lot of questions.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Brady, this is Miller, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40-yard line.
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Gronkowski. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Brady. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Chargers getting set to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The throw by Taylor there, knocked away and incomplete. K.J. Hill, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Chargers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing again, it's Taylor. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for K.J. Hill.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Well, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. This is caught. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A nice run there by Jones on 1st down as he'll wind up getting about 5. So 2nd and 5 coming up. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the penalty, it's Jones.
Offense.
So that one will be accepted. On 2nd down, it's Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
The score, Buccaneers 20, Chargers 7.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps try to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
For Tampa Bay.
Here's Reed. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Taylor. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.